Hello, my tea friends, and welcome again to Teatime Treasures and this episode of the Nervous System Reset Collage. I hope you've got your favorite cuppa ready for today's session. Today, I'm introducing a very simple hands-on practice, tearing paper and pasting it into a collage. This may look ordinary, but it's deeply regulating. Gentle perspective, movements like tearing, choosing, and placing engage the senses and help signal safety to the nervous system. There's no right or wrong way to do this. Your hands lead, your breath slows, and your body gets a chance to release stored tension without needing words. So this is about allowing your nervous system to settle through touch, rhythm, and presence. I've created a printable PDF to support this practice, which you can find in my Payhip store. It walks you through what we're about to do. I'll leave the link below. So let's move this out of the way so we don't have any oopsies. And then we can gather our papers. So I have selected a bundle here so far. Just to give you an idea, you can watch this and then pause and go find some papers and come back and we can go ahead. To give you an idea, we will need some glue. Any glue will do. A base on which you'll paste your torn pieces. I've just got a copy of right, so gather your papers. I have selected a bunch here. You can pause here and go find yours after you've seen more or less what I've selected. And then you will also need some glue. I've got some bases here on which we can paste our torn pieces that you can later on use for card making or junk journal making, or for whatever other reason you might need it. So I've just got some coffee dyed and stained papers. I've got it in this bluish color, and then just a plain coffee dyed sheet. We can decide which one we'll use. And then I've just got some, this is package paper, just plain brown package. A printable, just some pieces of scrap. There's also some scrap, maybe I can use something there. This is a collage that I've made before, stuck it into my printer and I printed that. I normally use these in my junk journals that I make. This is just a picture from a book. Some weird pictures, but once you tear them, the colorful background makes for nice torn pieces. Another weird one. So yeah, let's just go through all of them. Just some colored papers. Can also use that as a base to work on. This was just from a book as well. Some gift paper. That one there. Just colored paper. I've taken this out that we can also use as a base. anything like that. And then obviously some more colored papers. We'll see where the mood goes. Right, that's for our selection of papers. Okay, so let's get started. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and notice your body. When you tear the paper, you can have big or small, jagged or neat. So let's get started. Take a deep breath, center yourself, and notice your body. So when we start to tear the papers, I want you to know there's no rule here. You just go with the flow. You can tear big pieces, small pieces, jagged pieces, or neat ones. You just follow your hand's instinct. Each tear is a small act of release. So, let's start to tear. I think I want to start with some of the nice colorful ones there. Move this out the way for later. Right, so I'm just starting by taking the white edges off. We don't need that. And that's boring. If you prefer it, you can use it. Gives me an idea. Maybe if you've got like a black background on which you'll go, you could maybe go with plain pieces that you can use. But for today's project, that won't do. So here you go. Just have fun. Tear. Tear. And so if you want neater bits, you can use a ruler. Let's put our snipped pieces there. And then maybe we do a few please don't overthink this. Just go have fun. That's all it's supposed to be, is having fun. Now, we've got a lot of the same one. We won't use all of this. So let's maybe have that and that. For now, I can put those away. Let's see. Oh! Getting interesting. We don't need that straight edge. There's that one. And let's go for a piece of that nice shiny bit. After you're done, you won't remember what that was for. Right, I think we're done with that piece. And I'm gonna go for this. I hope you guys are having fun. No, I don't like that very much. I'm starting to overthink things here. Don't overthink. Just go with the flow. think I want this a bit more jagged. Yeah, I like that. Right, I think for now we're done with that. Okay, then plain color, that will do. I'm not a lefty. Right, so done with that. Okay, some of this. Longer pieces, smaller pieces. Right. Okay, I'm going to pause here and I'll tear some more pieces, and then we can come back and we can lay out what we've got. Right, we're back. I hope you've got all your pieces together. I've sort of kept mine in colors together. I think it just helps with the collage. Like I say, there are no rules here. There's no right, there's no wrong. You just go with the flow. Just some of the torn papers, and then these ones you saw. Just keep them there. Some of those, and then obviously the packaging paper and that weird face paper. Right, so I think these colors will go very well with this one. So I am going to open my page there and just roughly lay out some before I glue. You can do this any way around. It works for you. Go with that. I don't want that writing to show. Maybe something. Don't overthink. Don't overthink. Yes. And then make that stick up there. And then do that a bit there. I don't mind the pieces sticking over there. That's perfectly fine. There. Stick some of that in there. Like so. Right, and then we'll need some pieces to fill in some of those spots. let's see how that goes. Let's stick down some pieces. Right. On goes the glue. That's on. Then we go with the second piece. I'm going to try and speed this up a bit. Right. Before I stick that down completely, this one is going to go underneath. Oops. Right. Guys, there's nothing here that has to be perfect. This is just purely for relaxation. Okay, so we need to get that out of the way. Let's see, which one did we say? This one goes here. Okay, and then which one did we say was next? It wasn't that one. Maybe that way around can work. Yes, I can live with that. No. I want this one there. Overthinking. Right. Down. Right, and then I think just randomly we go there. That one there. This is a book page that I just squirted with some colored water. Like that. Yes, I like. Look, and then you can put a frame around something like that. you can go around the edges. This is just a doily that was also sprayed with colored water. It's just food coloring. So I like these on the edges. I will do that off camera and then show you the end result. But to speed this along, let's move this out the way. Alright, so I've also done a layout like this with those. I only had 2 of those. I had several of that. So also with the brown packaging paper. That's just another example. I'll complete that off camera as well to save some time. Right, and then the final one, I thought maybe something like this. Also just in the color schemes. Don't want to overthink. Yes. Something like that. Right. I am going to finish this off camera as well, and I will be right back. Before we close, I want you to know that this collage doesn't have to end here. You're welcome to keep it and return to it later. In a future session, we will be using these pieces again when we begin some gentle junk journal making, layering meaning, memory, and intention over time. Nothing is wasted. Everything you create here becomes part of your ongoing healing story. So let us look at the pieces I have finished. Right, so here's the bluish color one. You'll see that I have used some embellishments. This is a word that I clipped from a magazine. This is not my favorite, but it's not bad. So this is that piece of the doily. I just made it hang over. This can become a page in a junk journal later. Right, then we've got this one, piece of lace and a little flower, and this piece of offcut that can become a journaling spot or just to write a Bible verse or anything else. I've chosen this paper to make it on. And then finally this one. Also just used a little bit of embellishment on it, but these are all the torn pieces. That piece I stuck over, and that can later on become a tab. So there you go, all 3 of them. I would love to see your creations. You are more than welcome to take a photograph of it, load it up into the comments, share it with us. I'd love to see that. If you have enjoyed this video, please be sure to watch the video on the Nervous System Reset Square Crochet Practice, as well as the video on a gentle, still reset with God. And that brings us to the end of today's project. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'd love to see you in the next video. Take care.